Alright, welcome back everybody to the final part of this epic Tiberium grind. More baffling is that it doesn't really make sense to be mad at an explogie, because an explogie is not something someone has actively chosen to do in that game. You choose your explogie before you load into a game, and then it just happens when you win a missile. Like, it's not like you want a missile and you're like, I'm gonna rub it in this guy's face with my explogie. That's not how that works. Because the explogie just happens whether you want it to or not once you've set it up. So explogie is such a weird thing to get mad about. I was like, oh no, emotes are like way worse, because when someone's emoting you, it's like they've actively won the game and then chosen to BM you. And he was like, no, I don't really mind the emotes, but the laughing skull explogie really gets to me. I'm like, why? You chose the explogie? Yeah, but like, so what? They're so innocuous. Innocuous? That's not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for, chat? Incongruous? Is that the word I want? I might mean incongruous, I'm not sure. That doesn't sound right either. Innocuous. Is that the right word? Isn't that the first thing I said? Is that correct? Am I just second guessing myself when actually I'd nailed it the first time? What did I say? I feel like I said innocuous or something, which doesn't sound like a real word. I think I said innocuous rather than innocuous. I'm not sure now. I think I mispronounced it, yeah. I think maybe I mispronounced it. I'm gonna lose this missile because I cannot get bikes onto the pad in time. Oh shit. Maybe not. It kind of gave me some more time here. No, it's not enough. I can't finish off these bikes. I could have maybe... I'm not really sure why. I think I just lost that because I got pop capped on the bikes, right? Which is the way bike mirror goes. The person who has the most one-man bikes loses. That's a mutant marauder, which I'm a little bit scared of. Yeah, go for the harvester. You've played rivals before, you know how this works. You have a unit that can attack harvester, it attacks the harvester. That is literally Rivals 101. If you've made a unit that can attack the harvester and it doesn't attack the harvester, then why have you even made it? Why would you make a unit that can attack the harvester if you're not going to use it to attack the harvester? That's the real question. Dude, I actually didn't want to kill the mutants. I don't care about the mutants. I mean, I do care about the mutants, but really I care about the things that kill laser. So now I can use laser to kill everything else. That's kind of how the deck works. That has Venom as well. This guy's deck looks pretty well set up against me. Cool. Oh wait, that's not even the end of the game, that's just second missile. What a nightmare. Oh, just one.
As he desired. Your command. Inferno bomb. Lasers taking position. Lasers. Your command. His will moves with you. Unit offline. For Cain. Glory to Nod. Glory to Nod. Unit offline. As lasers. Napalm. Your command. Stealthy. Laser squad taking unit ready. Gonna heat things up. Your command. Is them all. Lasers charged.
That's looking pretty good now. Is he saving for something?
Ambush them. Unit enhanced. They killed Stealthy. Arrow laser room. Your command. Laser. Arrow as he is up. Shut. Lasers taking for the brother. Laser squad.
August Champus.
Kill them all.
Mission accomplished. 2, 1. New mission received.
Careful.
Just cruising, having fun. Jared actually is just living his best life.
Unit ready. Move for the destroy the GDI.
Easy 8 cubes.
We're ready to serve. All up is let's go. Unit ready. Position. No command. What's the floor? Laser squad. Raz, lasers. We're ready to no command. Destroy it back. Kill the blaze bush.
Tell you what, man, if the peak comes up and my opponent snaps, I'm usually getting out of there. Unless my deck. I had one game where me and my opponent both snapped. Because I was playing a Mr. Negative deck, so all 3 of the cards it hit were fully insane. And my opponent had hit Iron Man, and he was like, Iron Man is enough. The guy's like, oh, I flipped Iron Man, it's over, I win. And I'm like, I flipped Iron Man, Mystique, and Surfer, my guy, so... You are correct that it is over. However, you are incorrect about the winner. That's exactly what happens to you. Excellent. Yeah, when people get their Iron Man peaked, it's fair enough that they think they're gonna win that game, because peak is usually so bad for everyone. Alright, this guy really wants to kill my Chuggy. You know I'm gonna make another one, right? I've already made another one. I've preemptively made another one. People don't understand this. There's a very basic thing about rivals that a lot of people don't seem to understand. When you kill an opponent's unit, they can just make it again. And this may sound obvious, but people seem to forget this often. Like, people will go very, very hard on trying to kill your unit, which doesn't matter because you're just going to rebuild it immediately. But they just like, it's like they forget that there's no cooldown. They can just build the unit again right away. So what you actually care about in Rivals is the opponent's unit doing something relevant? If you force your opponent's unit back behind their lasers, then it's not doing something relevant. It doesn't matter if you kill it or not. Unless you actually, like, unless you make them so they can't afford more copies. That's the only time it really matters. If you actually, like, break your opponent's bank completely. But most of the time, you see people, like, chase down a 60 cost unit with a 100 cost and make a trade. And the person with a 60 cost unit just makes another 60 cost unit, and you can't make another 100 cost unit. So what you really want to do in Rivals is just make sure your opponent's units are not relevant. If they have a Chuggy that isn't attacking your infantry, that's just as good as killing their Chuggy. Well, not quite as good, but almost.
Establishing battlefield control.
The same reason that, like, iron cannoning someone's unit is not that good most of the time. Because all you're really doing is getting rid of the unit for about 6 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's the really baffling thing, Canada guy. You play against these people that kill the Harvester like 5 times and then you still beat them. And it doesn't occur to them that maybe if they killed the Harvester 5 times and still lost, that maybe killing the Harvester just wasn't that important. It's like it doesn't occur to them. At no point do they think, hang on a second, I killed the Harvester so many times and I still lost. Maybe the Harvester just didn't matter. But that's never what they think. They're always just like, I'm killing the Harvester, I'm doing good. And then they lose and they're like, I can't believe I lost. End of discussion. No self-reflection required here. Yeah, especially when it was against Double Harvester. Like in the era of Double Harvester, where you kill like 18 Harvesters and then still lose to tech. Because if the game goes to 3 minutes, you always lose to tech. Back then it was like 2 minutes, you always lose to tech. But you see people just like farming Harvesters, assuming it's going to beat tech somehow, and then tech units roll out. I watched Alicia do that in a tournament against Surplus. And she's pretty good at the game. She doesn't really understand it though. She had like these massive blind spots. Like, because she always played Inferno, right? She had like one deck, she just played Inferno all the time. So she always beat tech by just killing it with Infernos. Because Infernos could beat almost every tech unit. Then she played a deck without Inferno one time against Surplus on Battlefield. And she farmed like, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 of his Harvesters. all she had as her top end was artillery, and he had mammoth. So after she'd farmed like 7 or 8 harvesters, his mammoth came out and killed everything, and she lost. And I was like, yeah, that's how tech works. It's like she's never had to deal with tech without having her Inferno. It's just not an experience she's had. So she just didn't know, legitimately didn't know, like, the normal way to beat tech for people who aren't just playing Inferno.
Unit ready. Your command. Breaker ready to roll. A green machine on the move. Unit offline. As he desires. Laser charge. Laser. Unit in hand. Kill them all. We're gonna get it. Laser. His will move. Unit offline. Unit offline. Burning. Taking fire. Taking fire. Laser squad. Power and boost. Taking fire. You're coming for Kane. Unit in hand. Unit offline. Missile launched. Unit offline. Enemy base destroyed.
So it's been a while since we've done a big old Rivals stream. This stream is also like becoming exceedingly long because I started early because I was just playing some Warhammer before my normal stream, and I was like, I might as well stream it for those who want to watch. So I'd already been streaming for like 3 or 4 hours when I started Rivals. That's true, there is no K-Show. The fact that killing half gets your economy artificially decreases your economic advantage. What does that mean, Pablo?
Militia here. Brothers, move out. We're ready to serve. Destroy the GDI.
What's up, Nara?
Building online. Rolling out. Militia here. Fort Kane.
Rattle has been banned from my stream for a very long time, Duck. Very long time. Now there's a man who is not happy in his life. Rattle is very unhappy. I feel kind of bad for him, but also like I'm not going to put up with that because he's sad. It's not my problem. I'm not going to put up with him being horrible to people, especially me, because he's not happy in his life. Oh shit, that's a hammerhead.
Unit ready. Unit offline. Stokey. Gonna keep things moving. Unit in hand. Nuclear enemy.
That is a very well-timed dying cannon.
Unit offline. Mission accomplished.
Killing halves in CNC free can really hurt your opponent. Yeah, I mean, in normal RTS, that's the whole game, Nara. That's probably a large part of why people are so obsessed with harvesters in Rivals. In a normal RTS, killing your opponent's economy is like the #1 thing you do to win. So yeah, of course in CNC free, killing your opponent's harvesters hurts them. Because it's a normal RTS where killing your opponent's economy is the way you win the game. It's the same in every RTS except Rivals, basically. Like, pretty much every RTS in existence except Rivals, killing your opponent's economy is how you win. Rivals is very, very different in the fact that that is not true.
Unit offline. What's for the ready to roll.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about, Nora. I think you probably missed the start of the conversation. I think we were already talking about it when you showed up. But yeah, that's literally what we're talking about. The fact that in Rivals it doesn't do anything, and in other games it's like backbreaking, but in Rivals it doesn't do anything. That's why, like, I'm always talking about how Half Blast is dumb. And it's because you don't win the game by killing your opponent's harvesters. In every other RTS, yes, you win the game by killing your opponent's economy. But not in Rivals. And people don't know that. They don't seem to understand it. A Mohawk. I haven't seen a Mohawk in a while. It'd be a real shame if I had a unit that one-shot his Mohawk.
Objective complete.
Yeah, also in Rivals, there's two economies in Rivals, because there's Tiberium and there's PopCap. And they're both pretty relevant. And if you destroy someone's Harvester, you hurt their Tiberium economy, but you help them in PopCap economy.
3, 2.
I mean, it's very obvious that PopCap is more valuable than Tiberium, because every game you have the option of spending 60 Tiberium and a PopCap on a second Harvester, which will make you vastly more Tiberium than 60. Vastly more. Like, if you think you will make like hundreds of Tiberium off of a second Harvester. So you're gonna make like way more Tiberium than you spend, and it's not worth it because it costs you a PopCap. That's how valuable a PopCap is. Like, you need to spend a PopCap to get money from the first Harvester, because otherwise you literally have no money. Like the way Rivals work, you literally have like actual zero money if you don't spend. If you don't get the first Harvester, you're like totally broke. But the fact that the second Harvester generates a huge amount of money and is almost never worth getting, basically never worth getting. You get like weird matchups where sometimes it's slightly worth getting it, but generally speaking it's like never worth getting. That just goes to show how much more valuable a PopCap is. You basically never want the money over the PopCap.
Unit offline. Nuclear missile launched. Unit ready. Unit offline. The Brotherhood is rising.
Gonna heat things up. Burning rubber. Your command. Inferno in motion. Napalm tanks up the further for K. Gonna heat things up. Inferno bomber reporting. Your command. Napalm tanks are full.
Unit ready.
Command stick.
Unit in hand.
Kill them all. Kill them. Inferno lift. I'm pushing. Napalm up in flames. Delivering napalm with Stone Fort K.
Unit offline.
Your launches will go command stick quiet.
Unit ready.
For the Brotherhood.
Wow, that's a beating. That is a humongous beating. Oh shit, he has an Inferno as well? That is actually pretty surprising, given the context of his deck. I feel like I was not expecting an Inferno here.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit offline.
Your command. Launches revving the engine. Kill on the revving. Put on a brain. Launches will bust their doyle.
Unit offline.
Gonna brain them.
Unit ready.
Bust their doyle. Gonna brain them. Kill on your missiles.
JMB! We should make a tank. Yep, there we go.
Gonna brain cocaine.
Unit offline. Warhead launched.
Gonna brain them.
Unit offline. You are victorious. Three, two, one. New objective received.
Carefully now.
Building online. Unit ready. No stopping. What's needed? Unit ready. Lasers for the Brotherhood. Destroy. Taking lasers charged. What's needed? Advancing. Unit ready. Laser squad. Weapons charged.
It's strong Harvester attack there. As we discussed earlier in the stream, obviously attacking the Harvester is the only thing that matters.
Online. Unit offline.
Laser squad. Lasers move for. Alright. Lasers green. Lasers charged. He's here. Your command. His will moves
Laser swarm. As he
Missile cancel. Missile cancel.
Stand for weeds in the garden.
Unit ready.
Greedy meaty.
lasers taking position.
Your command ready to wait. There'll be no
Missile launched.
That guy just did not want to play against Chemical Bogey.
Enemy base destroyed. Three, two, one. New objective available.
For the crystals.
Building online. Unit ready.
Move out.
Let's go militants.
Unit
He emote
ready.
to the snap. I just want double the rewards from my games, Mammoth. I don't want the ability to tell my opponent I'm gonna win. I just want the 2 times reward.
Unit ready.
That's a non-Whitport militia here. We're ready to serve.
Building online.
We ride. Destroy taking position.
Unit ready.
attack.
No, stop it.
Boyka ready to
Unit
roll.
offline.
Go. Scum.
Revving.
Militia here.
Unit ready.
For the brother.
This gentleman is gonna make an orca.
Boyka ready to Boyka rolling out. Revving the engine.
No orca. Sounds surprising.
Gonna brain him. Missiles will smash him.
Nuclear weapon launched.
Advancing.
Unit offline.
Probably about time for a second harvester. Oh, there's the orca. Late to the party as always.
Unit offline.
Boyka rolling out. Boyka ready to roll.
Unit ready.
There'll be no weakness. Be guarded. Revving, no problem. Gonna get back your command. Advanced. Next green machine on the move.
Unit offline.
Fighters, arm up. What's
Spray in the weeds. Ready to weed the guy.
Building online.
time to harvest?
Unit offline.
Stealth tank ready to.
Greedy meaty. Greedy meaty.
Your command for cave.
Unit enhanced.
Weeds are
Unit offline.
burning rubber.
Nuclear missile launched. Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1. New objective
Seems
received.
kind of hard for this deck to beat a bike rush.
Unit ready.
I guess he has tank, so maybe he just goes like no half tank, and that would be a problem.
Your
Yep.
command.
Oh, that's a bit slow, maybe.
Revving. Burning your command. For the no Boyka ready. Revving the Boyka ready. Revving your command for cave.
I don't think tank can
Revving
beat
Boyka rolling
bikes
out. Gonna brain him.
in no half,
Boyka- no,
because they're too efficient. I'm not sure.
Revving
guess we'll
your
see.
command. Boyka rolling. Boyka
The wheels
rolling.
certainly a problem.
Advancing. Revving the engine.
Keeps trading like a bike for a wheel.
Revving the engine.
It's a good trade for him.
Gonna brain him.
The whole squadron costs 10.
Unit ready.
Each bike is effectively 10
Boyka
cost.
ready to- no, revving the engine. Your Boyka revving the your command. Boyka gonna brain. Launches will get launches will Boyka burning rubber. No revving the you're gonna brain.
Oh, if the tank goes down, it's pretty good for me.
Advancing. Getting better for Kane. Boyka ready to roll.
Harvester ready.
Tiberium is calling.
Boyka rolling out. Revving
That's
the
his second
engine.
tank.
Boyka
Unit
Holy shit.
offline.
brain your command. No problem. Boyka further advancing.
Unit offline. Nuclear warhead launched.
For Kane. Your command. Boyka roll. Boyka ready to roll. Gonna brain him. Revving the engine. Launches will bust their doyle. Revving
Unit
the
ready.
air. No problem. Your command. Revving the engine. Boyka ready. Advance. Revving the Boyka ready. Missiles. Revving the engine. Your command. Boyka ready. Gonna brain. Gonna brain. Your missiles. For the kill. Gonna brain him. For the missiles. Gonna for launches will bust their doyle.
Unit offline.
Boyka for the missiles revving. Launches will kill. Launches will bust their for the Brotherhood. Kill them all. Boyka rolling out.
Unit offline.
Bring the girls for the Brotherhood.
Unit offline.
Your command.
Unit offline.
We attack point ready.
Unit ready.
Attack point ready to roll. Your command. Moving in. Boyker gonna do that. Revving. Launches ready to wait.
Unit offline.
Boyker, your command. Round up every lot. Boyker ready to roll. Kill them all. Burning with red missiles. You're gonna put green. Thumbs up.
Got him.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
The Tiberium is calling.
Building online. Unit ready.
Let's move out.
Unit ready.
Lasers for the brothers. Destroy laser squad. Ready for rip them apart. Your command. Arrow not for laser squad. Power and precision.
Building online.
Charged. We're ready to take you.
Unit ready.
Advancing.
Destroy them.
Boyker ready to roll.
Your command.
Your command.
Laser squad. Power and precision. Taking position.
Revving the burning. Boyker ready to roll.
Lasers. As he does.
Your command.
Laser squad. Ready for anything.
Unit offline.
Revving.
Unit ready.
Boyker rolling. Boyker ready to.
Your command.
Let's prove the enemy.
Lasers.
Around.
Lasers. Chop.
Green thumbs up.
Lasers.
Let's stand for waves in the garden.
Unit ready.
No attack, Boyker.
Your command.
Around up every last way. Green.
We will. His will. They will.
There'll be no
Unit ready.
advancing. Get the charge. There'll be
Warhead launched.
Don't just flush their Doyle.
Unit offline.
Burning rubber. Missiles will smash them. Further from missiles will missiles will smash them. Kill them all for pain. As you can further. Okay, right. Your command. Boyker rolling out. Kill them. No probe. For the Brotherhood.
Well, Prince got a mutant.
Kill them. Advance.
That would have been scary.
Unit ready.
Command.
Militia.
Unit offline.
Militia here.
Revving the engine.
Wait, he has mutant flamer chuggy.
Boyker
What?
burning rubber. Don't just
Unit offline. Building online.
Follow me, confused, chat.
Bomb tanks are full. Boyker ready to roll. Your command? Inferno bomber was
Unit in hand.
burn them all. Inferno
Unit
thruster.
offline.
Laser squad. Weapons charging. Laser squad. Ready for anything.
Napalm.
Your command.
Unit ready.
Design.
Inferno bomb. Moving napalm.
No, misclicks. Oh my god. Oh shit, he bought me time. Thank you, friend. If he just stayed on that pad, I think I was fucked.
His will moves with us.
Revving, no problem. Inferno bomb. Inferno in motion.
Lasers.
Gonna burn them.
Laser squad.
Unit ready.
Lasers move.
Napalm. Flame on. Moving.
Lasers.
Boyker ready to advance. Inferno bomb reporting. Gonna heat things up.
Unit in hand.
Delivering napalm with a smile.
All the glory to know. As
Burn it. Inferno. Burn them all.
Missile launched.
Let's go.
Unit offline. Enemy base
Ask
destroyed.
Roboto to show you the fish he caught. Roboto.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
carefully now.
Building online.
This looks like a good final game. We've got Diamond League, Solomon, GDI, Opens MG. Looks like we're Tib, boys!
Militia here. What's
Looks like we're Tiberium League. Ah, I didn't block the half. I thought I was going to block the half and that would be it. It was all going to be over.
DI?
For the Brotherhood, launches will gonna brain them.
Unit ready.
Pain.
Taking fire for the brother.
Boyker ready to roll. Missiles will smash them.
Was it worth it, the Tib grind? It was, in fact, worth it, yes.
Offline.
No problem. Kill them all.
Unit offline.
Bring the end. For the Brother advancing.
Nuclear missile launched.
Grape may live north of the wall, but he's a sissy Canadian Roboto.
Greedy meeting. I'll not stand for waves in the garden. Kill them. Gonna brain them. Round up every last Boyker ready. Boyker, launches will
Grape lives.
Gonna brain them. Kill missiles will
Grape lives!
Unit ready.
Hey, missiles will smash them. Gonna brain them.
He for sure does, coach. For sure he gets headies. Nothing wrong with that though. Nothing wrong with treating your feet.
Building online.
Perhaps we should go for a spectacular Inferno base kill for our last game. Oh shit, son, that's an iron cannon. Didn't hit anything, but it was definitely an iron cannon. Oh, he has a sling? So punished. So punished for my hubris.
Our base is under attack.
He's put dogs on my base. Does he think dogs are gonna race? Yeah, he thinks dogs and iron cannon are gonna race Inferno. I mean, it takes balls to think you're gonna race Inferno with a couple of dog squads.
Mission accomplished.
Poggers! Rank 1. There it is. The greatest Tiberium League player to ever live. To ever live, chat. That took a long time. I'm so washed. I had so many minus 30s. Now GDI. Yeah, no problem. Now we just grind GDI to Tib. Nice chill GDI grind.